Hey guys, unfortunately we will not have a game 3 as game 2 was won by Pierce the Sky and they won the whole series with a score of 2-0. So this will just be a replay of game 2. All right. So let me hop in, pull up the feed, and we're moving into the first ban, and we'll see which way they want to take it.
I wonder if we'll see the same bands as last time with the troll sniper. There's the troll. All right, sniper, come on, come on. Oh, thank God. All right, lion, let's go. I don't think it'll be lion. I think it'll be Jug.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the lion ban. I like the lion.
I think we will see the lion ban after this Jug ban, but I think it'll be the Jug ban. Oh my God, I'm a psychic.
So is it lion or axe?
I think it's lion.
Axe is that other spin to win here that we haven't seen yet. I don't actually know if we saw him banned last game either. So Steve thinks it'll be the lion.
Yep.
It will be Stormforce 5 with the first pick. So Pierce the Heavens kind of. Oh,
You can call me a prophet, Charlie. I'm gonna go play the lottery.
I can call you a prophet. I'm not going to, but I guess I could theoretically.
Come on, I got the order of it. That was pretty nice.
Oh, all right. So now we're gonna have to kind of see how Stormforce 5 wants to win this, approach this next game. I really think they've got to pick some strong laners. They've got to look to at least really win one of their lanes. I mean, they started out okay, really early on in that game, but then they just started to drop so much. So I think they've really got to start and say, okay, we're going to pick a lane, we're going to win that lane, because they can't afford to lose all three like they did last game.
Yeah, yeah, and then the safe lane on the Radiant side, you didn't see the last game on the safe lane Radiant side, you didn't see a lot of the zoning out from the supports like you did on the Dagger, and these guys are swapping out the picks exactly. Like if we see a Bat Rider, it'll be the same the three picks, because I mean on the same teams too. Oh, there's the Skyrat. That can zone out the Morphling a little bit better than a what was the other support? Abaddon.
No,
Oh yeah.
in the lore, we're getting completely off the reservation here. In the lore, Vengeful Spirit and Skywrath Mage, they were like a thing, right?
Lore, nerd. Yes, they were.
Okay. I had to ask because I didn't know, but I knew Steve was enough of a nerd to know. So
You see, Vengeful Spirit was the princess or some shit like that, and her sisters or whatever ripped off her wings and killed her or something like that, and sent her to hell. And the Skywrath Mage is all pissy about it, and so he's got kind of a hard on for Vengeful.
all right, good to know.
Yep, that's Steve's version of the Vengeful Spirit Skywrath Mage lore. Hey, we see an axe, and that's a lane winner right there, which is really what Stormforce 5 needs. I would really like to see him in the off lane with a support, maybe two. A good 2-1-2 could really shake things up for this Dire team, get them back into this best of three.
Yeah, and Axe is definitely here. I mean, they've so far again with this draft, they've kind of left it a little bit open-ended. We've seen Axe run in the safe lane. We've certainly seen him run in the off lane. Morphling we've seen as a support. And we've seen him run as a core. We've seen him run off lane. I mean, we've seen him run pretty much everywhere. So Stormforce 5 leaving a little bit open-ended at this point. Pierce the Heavens, they picked their two supports. So they're not really giving up too much in their lanes either. Unless they want to play carry Vengeful Spirit. I would love to see a carry Vengeful Spirit.
I would absolutely love to see carry Vengeful Spirit. But looks like they're going to be Aura whoring today. We do see the Vengeful and the Drow Ranger pickup. We'll see if we see the Puck and or the Visage to complement that duo.
Yep. So Drow Ranger, again, they're not giving up too much of their lanes. Drow Ranger certainly could go mid or off lane, safe lane. I kind of expect her to be safe lane given what we see early on here. And actually, this is a lane, one of the few lanes that could really give Axe some trouble. Just as hard as all of them hit, if they do decide to put Axe in the off lane without anybody there to support him, he could have a lot of trouble in that lane.
Oh yeah, especially with the 3 ranged. Axe is good at taking out melees. So 3 range will really do well to zone him out.
Yeah. And if you're Stormforce 5, you might consider just putting the Morphling off lane, letting him sap XP. I mean,
I don't know
he's
about
not
that.
going to have the kind
You
of.
have 2 silences on that Radiant team already. That really stops the Morphling Strength Morph. It also stops his wave form. And we see Stormforce 5 pick up the Lina. So that'll probably be mid, of course.
Yep. Yep, that'll be the mid lane. They also banned out that Medusa, so.
They really don't want to see a Medusa in this game.
I mean, it's a great Medusa game if you're Pierce the Heavens, because you've got that Drow the Ranger that really wants to
Oh,
stay out
yeah.
of things, and you've got that Medusa that really wants to stay in things.
Mm-hmm.
And giving her that additional damage just makes her that much stronger. So it's definitely a worthwhile ban here. And we will have to see. I mean, Pierce the Heavens pretty much has to pick their off lane and their mid here. And you've got to find a mid that'll match up against Lina. And, I mean, with some of the bans here early, that's easier said than done. They certainly could think to go for kind of the flavor of the month right now, which would be the Shadow Fiend. But it'll be interesting to see how they decide to lane this.
Now, I wonder if we're going to see it. I know I said it last time, and they didn't do it. I'm going to say it again. They're not going to do it, but I'm going to say it again. I wonder if we're going to see Pierce the Heavens do an aggressive tri-lane. They have Drow Ranger, they have Vengeful Spirit, they have Skywrath Mage, all 3 very strong laners, and they can zone out most safe lane tri-lanes.
Yeah.
Maybe an Undying would be the way to go for the Stormforce 5.
Yeah, I mean, Undying, we saw him so much for Year Beast and haven't really seen him pick up a whole lot of traction in the competitive scene. But I definitely think he's a hero that can win a lane and can survive against this heavy damage output. I mean, Axe, honestly, with all of his survivability, will not survive very long against that lane. So you definitely got to kind of think about how you want to handle this. One thing I do expect is look for this Axe to pick up the early Crimson Guard. It's just really strong against this team. And they do go with the Razor, which will likely be matching up mid against the Lina.
Yeah, that's an interesting pick against the Lina. He's a little bit tanky, but is more tanky against single target things rather than the AoE that Lina puts out. I think he's more of an effective counter to her counterpart, Lion, who has a bunch of single target things, rather than this Lina who throws out a lot of AoE with just one single target and then another when she picks up the Yules.
Yeah, and I mean for that Laguna Blade single target, honestly, that's usually the killing blow. So you're not going to get a whole lot of usage out of your unstable current.
No, not really. So, where's Stormforce 5 going to follow up with? That shuts down a Phantom Assassin pickup pretty well, I feel.
You know, honestly, they're potentially looking for 2 supports here. One support, which has been really popular in North America and has kind of caught on a little bit elsewhere, would be the Omni Knight. And I think it would be a pretty strong pick here. I mean, it's definitely whoever they put in the safe lane. It'll help to keep him alive, whoever it is. So you could even potentially go that 2-1-2 if you have a strong support like Omni Knight.
I see what you're saying. But there is a lot of magic damage on Pierce the Heavens. I mean, well, they have a lot of physical damage as well. They just have a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, the Repel still comes out, and at the end of the day, it's a fairly squishy team. We do see the Shadow Demon come out as a support, something we don't see all that often. But Disruption, you can use it defensively. It is going to some of that initial damage coming out can be mitigated a little bit, and he is able to put out really more damage than people realize as he's putting out Shadow Poison.
All right, so a Shadow Fiend ban out by the Radiant. They don't want those shadows working together.
An interesting ban out because you kind of really expect this Lina to go mid, so I guess you're thinking, I mean, you could send either Lina or Shadow Fiend safe lane if you wanted and run that Axe off lane, but I guess they're assuming that this Morphling could be a support Morphling at this point.
Yeah, he could be in your role, honestly. The Dire from last game sort of ran him in a support setting. You know, it was that core off lane, but it wasn't really a core, if you know what I mean. And we do see the Bristleback ban out, and Legion Commander immediately picked up. they knew what they wanted, and it wasn't banned out, so they picked it up immediately.
Legion
And
Commander.
that's not the best pickup after a Shadow Demon. I'm a little bit iffy about that one. By the way, Duel takes precedence over Axe Call.
Good to know.
If you're curious.
I did not know that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of times you see teams picking Shadow Demon into Legion Commander in order to kind of avoid that duel. And they picked Legion Commander into the Shadow Demon. It's an interesting pick, and honestly, I mean, I guess I'm just so used to the only competitive team we see running it is C9, and it does not work. I don't know if I've ever seen them win with Legion Commander. But
Charlie, I've played a lot of ranked and at fairly high level, and I've played it with Legion Commander, and I wonder if that was a random. And I don't do well with it either.
Think that may have actually been a random on Stormforce 5. Let's check the chat and see if we see anything. I don't see anything. Okay.
I'm so curious if that was a random.
Still thinking it was a random because Nature's Prophet maybe doesn't quite fit into this lineup.
I actually had a guy play a support Nature's Prophet with me the other day. We do have a pause coming out. And I guess we'll go ahead and take this pause time to introduce the Radiant lineup.
All right. So on the Radiant side, playing the support Skywrath Maid, we will have War. On the support Vengeful Spirit, we will have Non-Grata. On the safe lane, I assume, Drow Ranger, we will have Quadtard. On the mid Razor, we will have Kak. And on the off lane Legion Commander, we will have Verithus.
And on the Dire team, Asylum, on that Morph lane, probably going to be safe lane. He did play the safe lane Tiny last time. Probably going to see a mid lane Mister on that Lina. Lenny, I don't know if he's going to be off. He was off lane last game with that Bat Rider. We'll see if he's off lane this game with that Axe, and I suspect that's going to be the case. Garda, playing with that Nature's Prophet, I suspect he's going to be going jungle, although we might see the Nature's Prophet support. And Papillon. See, I'm able to pronounce it too, Charlie. Papillon on the Shadow Demon.
That's his name. Yeah, so Steve's trying to speak French.
Yeah.
All right. This Lena's got the pretty cool. I think this was the DAC set. Lenny, nope, nothing cool on Lenny.
We're checking cosmetics now.
Checking
I wish
cosmetics.
I could check. I wish I could, click on things and check cosmetics because
nice,
I can't.
Nature's Prophet's sitting on that immortal staff. This guy has played himself some Nature's Prophet. So who knows? Maybe they meant to do it. I'm a little bit skeptical, but see, I can't do that. I can't actually look at him. You can do that. I can't.
All right, so the Radiant team are ready, and it looks like the Dire team are okay with going too.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this one. So, I mean, honestly, how do they lane this? Do they put this Nature's Prophet in the jungle and just see if he can... I mean, I don't know.
You could see, the Admiral Bulldog style of Nature's Prophet, using the treants to pull creeps through the jungle into the lane.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go with this one. Lenny got pulled a tango. Did he pull it to himself? I'm kind of confused because he used a tango. He got pulled a tango. We do see a smoke gang coming out from the Radiant side. They are going to look to catch out the Dire side and definitely could run into him here. If they cross this line here, then it's going to be some trouble. Both teams headed towards that line, and yeah, this is going to be some trouble for that. Actually, he gets spotted out here. He does not move, and he's going to be dead here. Even the defensive disruption, I don't think, saves him here. And actually, Papillon might actually end up paying for this as well. But no, Axe going to end up going down here. Papillon does look like he's going to get out of the way. And it is a first blood coming out with the smoke gank. And yeah, Morphling will be able to walk out here. So they find the first blood. They don't block out that camp, the pool camp. And it looks like they just look to head this way. On the other side, Garda does get an Observer Ward down. It's not really going to give him any vision, but it will block out that pool camp.
Yeah, and that's really what he wants to do because, he plans to pull through with treants probably. We don't see him put a skill point just yet, and each team does get a bounty rune. So I think that First Blood will definitely put Pierce the Heavens up pretty well, but I don't know if it's going to be super effective right now. I mean, it does go to the entire team does pick up the bonus gold from it, but the kill itself does go to that Skywrath.
Yeah. So it'll probably I don't know. He may decide to go for the early brown boots here, I would assume, but however he decides to go, he does get a little bit of extra farm here early on. Bring up these last hits. Obviously, a little too early to see anything, but we will kind of see how it shapes up here. There is some early damage coming out on this Razor. It does look like he's going to go straight for the bottle, as will Lena most likely. And actually, she may have her bottle on her way out right now. Yep, she's already got the bottle on her way out. So
that's pretty impressive. I mean, it kind of makes sense. She went with a very very limited number of items here,
yep.
Starting out.
But both sides getting some CS here. Actually, it's the Razor who's leading the CS from that mid matchup. Across the board, this safe lane Morphling pretty much keeping up with the... Oh, a stun coming out, not going to connect. Pretty much keeping up with the safe lane Drow Ranger. And the Axe kind of the standout here, and he is working his way through the jungle right now. So it is a jungle Axe and an off-lane Nature's Prophet.
Mm-hmm. The mid lane matchup is going very evenly. I mean, 5-2 versus 6-1. And this should be another one. Yeah, 7-1. Lena doing decently well up here, and it looks like she's going to get this rune. I don't know if she wants to contest the Skywrath. He does have a concussive shot. I'm not sure he wants to either.
Yep, he is going to take some damage here, and actually he's going to get pretty low here. And with the Nature's Prophet teleporting in, they're going to bring enough damage to bring him down. So he does deny that bottle coming out, but actually the top rune not taken yet. It's going to be picked up now by the Razor. There's just a little bit of defending coming out from the Vengeful Spirit. So all in all, they do lose one, but it's not going to be the worst in the world.
Mm-hmm.
This. On top, actually, it does look like the Legion Commander may end up going down here. No, it's just getting low.
Yeah, Charlie making me swap to top screen. Doesn't know what he's talking about. Look at that.
Okay. All right. I mean, at the end of the day, the Morphling was also getting pretty low there, so there was a little bit of a trade going back.
See, I already knew that they weren't. I'm the prophet, remember? All right, so it looks like Drow's pulling a little bit ahead on this CS, and there's a little bit of harass coming out from this Vengeful Spirit, but she might regret it. The Nature's Prophet porting in, and it looks like they are going to pick this up pretty easily, actually.
Yeah, there's no way she's getting out of that one. So she ended up going down. There is quite some rotations that come in, and actually it's the Nature's Prophet leaving the off lane, so maybe a little bit more than they wanted to commit on this one. But, it's not the end of the world, and... I
mean, that's well over a full lane wave of creeps going to the Nature's Prophet gold-wise, so... I think he's okay with stepping out of lane for a second to get that kill. And he just, jumps right into the jungle.
Yep, he'll just hang out in the jungle here.
It's getting a little bit low. And looks like he's going to be picking up his Tranquil Boots right now.
Yep. And Mr. in the meantime does get the top rune. And the bottom rune is picked up by the Skywrath Mage. So it will be the Razor not getting a rune here. But he's already got a full bottle, so he's not too worried about it. And he is pulling ahead in last hits in the mid as well. He's actually about 8 last hits ahead of the Lena. So... at the end of the day, he really doesn't have a whole lot of kill potential in this lane, though. Whereas when Lena hits 6, she's got some very serious kill potential.
Yes, she does.
Be careful,
especially if that Nature's Prophet also hits 6. I mean, you can look at hero levels right now. He is only level 3 at the moment, and I don't know where he's going to go from here. And we do see a little bit of drawing out coming from this Dire team. It's the Razor. I guess he's asking for a gank. Onto this Axe.
Yeah,
Axe is just stacking up.
He wants them to contest the pull there. And, I mean, that Vengeful Spirit was up here in lane. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get a ward down, so they'll have no idea quite how low he is, and he's just going to sit on these Tranquils and heal back up. And then he does have that camp nicely stacked up. On the meantime, this Legion Commander getting a little bit low here. She should be fine. She's going to take some damage, and yeah, just a little bit of harass from the Morphling. He's not even going to bother using that waveform. He does not have the adaptive strike, so he's really just trying to get as much farm as he can here. And we do see the smoke gang coming up. They're going to try and catch out this Axe, and he just clears a camp, so he may actually get out of this one scot-free.
They do ward this one up, so they won't be able to stack that up anymore. And looks like they're going to get... they should be able to get the Axe and possibly the Shadow Demon as well. And they... Oh my gosh, they initiate on this Legion Commander, but then they just get immediately turned around upon by this Radiant team.
It is the Axe to go down for now. It's going to be the Shadow Demon as well. However, the Morphling does get away, and I mean, that's pretty important here. It was a pretty big commitment. There are 4 top. They've completely sacked this mid lane as far as this timing goes. So it was a big commitment, but they find 2 kills, so it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's a little bit worrisome that it's only 1K gold lead at 6 minutes in for this Radiant team, but it's a little bit worrisome because the Dire team are running a 4-core lineup. They have this Axe going on in the jungle as well, and if this Axe gets low, we're going to see an initiation by this Radiant team.
Yeah, they're coming over for him now regardless, but he is spotted out by, I'm not sure if that was a creep or... Yeah, it looks like
my God.
Lenny getting so low, but he's going to end up getting away. They will finish off this camp. However, Lena, in the meantime, does bring down that Drow Ranger. That's a pretty big kill. That Drow Ranger was doing very well in last hits there. She is sitting on 2 Wraith Bands, as well as Power Treads, which are on agility right now. So, giving her team a lot of damage, but she does end up getting brought down there.
You know, I missed that because of the Axe thing.
Okay.
Just like to point that out. I mean, it was a fairly even miss there.
You're only making excuses for yourself.
Hey, it's a good excuse.
Alright, so finding that kill, it is going to give them a little bit of respite from this climb on the Radiant side, but we'll see if they're able to kind of keep pressure up. This Lena, I mean, she is level 6. Whenever her ult's up, look for her to make somewhat of a rotation and find a kill.
I think an interesting ult that we haven't seen come out yet is this Legion Commander. I wonder if she's going to be stacking up the damage, like a lot of the Legion Commanders that I play don't.
Yeah, I mean, so she just hit 6. She hasn't had a chance to stack it yet. But they really have switched. They pretty much left that Drow Ranger alone, and they've switched now to a aggressive tri-lane here. And if honestly, I think if you're the Dire side, that you don't even try and contest this. I mean, probably not really going to go all that well for you. Oh man, that's so much damage coming out there. They're going to lose the Shadow Demon now. Oh, and she does get the win on the duel here. In the meantime, they're trying to bring down this Vengeful Spirit, and they're going to end up getting her. Oh, are they? She's going to end up... No, does end up going down. And yeah, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. It is support for support, but the Axe looks like it might go down here. However, we do see the Drow Ranger going down on bot again. So another big kill. I mean, it's essentially a 3-for-2, unless this Nature Prophet goes down. So it's a 3-for-3 trade, but it is the Drow Ranger going down. Oh, well, okay. Lena's going to go down as well. I was just kidding. I mean, there's trades going on all across the map. The Legion Commander goes down, the Lena goes down. At the end of the day, I mean, it's pretty even trade across the map, but if you're SF5, I think you'll take the even trades.
Was that a 4-for-4?
I believe
or was
it
that a 4-for-3? Yeah, it was a 4-for-4.
Yep, because everybody but the Razor and the Morphling died across the map.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, the SF5 should be okay with this sort of trade because they are down a little bit on net worth. Not super significantly so, and this tower going down will definitely point things in the direction of the Radiant team, especially when that last hit goes to that Razor, who's already topping that net worth charts by a significant amount, by about a little bit under 50%. Actually, no, about 50%.
Yeah. And honestly, I expected to see a little bit of dip of that chart, but I mean, there was a tiny dip, but otherwise it actually shot up in the way of PTH. So, I mean, really not seeing any rubber band effect. It's still too close at this point for there to be any significant effect. And, you know, they're still finding some gains here. This Drow Ranger, though, a couple of nice kills coming out from the Lena. Really not sitting on a whole lot more than they had before. Actually going for a
third Wraith Band, Charlie. A third Wraith Band. 3 Wraith Bands. I wonder if we're going to see a 4th. Yeah, and I think we're at the point in the game where we can take a look at a couple items and see if anything's coming out that's important. We do see drums and Aquila on that Razor. So, I mean, he's getting the early game utility items. Nothing really coming out for the Radiant quite yet. The Voidstone coming out on the Lena is probably going to be the makings of a Yule's, but I guess, yeah, we are a little bit too early to be picking out items. I don't know why you suggested it, Charlie.
Yeah, that's just crazy of me. I feel like I would never say that. I feel like that's something you would say, so I just don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
There is some pressure coming out from this dire side, and this dire side has grouped up again. And I really think that's how the Radiant side has to find their advantage at this point, because this dire side is doing a whole lot of grouping up, and then we saw it last game as well. So if you're the Radiant side is grouping up. So if you're the dire side, I think you need to try and spread the map. Do what you can to not get picked off, but just try and get greedy here while they're doing so much work to try and stay together.
It's a dead Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I think it is. Actually, the concussive shot coming out. They might find this. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he's dead. Okay. If he had kept walking, he might have actually gotten away there. He did have those phase boots, but does end up going down. So that's just another kill on the Radiant side.
Now, do you think we're going to see a Mask of Madness by this drought? Oh, does she go straight for the
She's
Yasha?
going for the Yasha. So she may go for the utility Yasha here and then move into another item, or she may go straight for that that item that uses Yasha that creates illusions.
Oh, are you talking about the Scotty?
No, I'm not talking about the Scotty.
Okay. Manta style, that
Manta
item you can
style.
never think of?
Yep, that one. That's the one.
Okay, good job, Charlie.
This Lena is actually, she's in a little bit of precarious position right now. She's surrounded by three. If she gets caught out here, and they did just place that ward, she's probably going to get spotted. However, Nature's Prophet thinking about porting in bottom. He's canceled it like 3 times now. He really wants to do it, but this is very dangerous if you're the Lena here. She does Myth the Sun, and okay, so they're going to bring him down right away. However, she's going to look to teleport out. She does not want to be a part of this one. And the Razor, in the meanwhile, is able to take a little bit of damage. He's only got 28, though, so it's not anything that's just going to be completely deadly. And this Nature's Prophet going to look to get away here. However, it does look like they may end up catching him. He's going to try and run through the... No, he's not going to make it. So it is a 1-for-1 trade, however. It is that off lane for the carry, so you'll take that one, and the Lena is able to make it out.
Yeah, but they're going to get the tier 1 bottom tower off this. So, all in all, a bit of a win for the Radiant, I feel. Simply because they get this, oh, well, unless it's not in deny range, it's 1 hit away. 4 health.
Yeah, very close to being in deny range, not quite there, though, so.
Net worth perhaps going up a little bit, still in the favor of the Radiant team. We see a little bit over 3K for the gold and about 3K for the experience.
Yeah. Lena finds the deny top, and Nature's Prophet coming in here on the Legion Commander. He is going to throw down that overwhelming odds and take down those treants, but it's going to be all right for now. However, they are looking to get a rotation on him, and he thought about turning on this one, maybe not thinking about it anymore. Not able to get the Berserker's Call in here, so it's going to be difficult to bring him down. He's not going to use a... well, I don't know. Maybe he will turn this one and try and get a quick duel win off, but he is surviving for now.
Thing is that Legion Commander has 2K. Oh, that's unfortunate. The Legion Commander does have 2K gold. She does not want to die right now because that's almost her Blink Dagger.
Yep, she's getting very close to this Blink Dagger, and this axe has got to be very careful. Yeah, he's going to end up going down here. So they committed a little bit too much to that. They didn't end up finding the Legion Commander. They stick around too long, and the rotations from the Radiant side come out, and they're able to find some pickoffs. So unfortunate for the Dire side. They really wanted to find that pickoff, and they're not able to grab it. So, however, they are going to try and go here on the Drow Ranger. However, he's just going to TP out. So, it's where Adaptive Strike might have been nice.
I mean, we do see a lot of Morphing players not picking up a value point of that Adaptive Strike, and I feel that is a mistake for situations just like that.
Yeah, they're
kind of the same situation with like the Doom and his level death, or the Storm and his that move.
Vortex.
What is that?
Something Vortex.
Electric Vortex.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So they're not going to find any kills there, but I mean, not a whole lot going right for the Dire side right now. It has climbed to about a 5K experience lead. More than that, probably about 7K in gold. So it's a difficult game at this point, and they've got to start to find those pickoffs, or at least start to find some map efficiency. Whereas this Radiant side is really just kind of farming wherever they can as much as they can.
Right, right.
But Nature's Prophet was checking Roche there. He saw there were a couple were off the map, and he's going to try and see if they're there, but they are not.
And we do have a disconnect by this Vengeful Spirit.
Yep. Oh, and she's actually already back, so...
Okay, well, so that was a pretty quick little disconnect.
Yeah, and that's why you watch Amateur Dota, because in our disconnects, they last about 2 seconds. And we don't
Well,
have
the pauses are lasting just as long, Charlie. Alright, well, let's take a look at a couple of items here. This Razor looks like he's going to go for this Aghanim Scepter. He's only 400 gold away from it already.
Sitting very
Just
close.
just picks up the point booster, but sitting on the gold right now. The Drow Ranger does have the Morbid mask, and that should be a Mask of Madness going for her pretty soon here. And I wonder if this Morphling is going straight for the E-Blade, or if he's going to pick up maybe a Lincoln's in between.
Yeah, it does look like he may be going straight for that E-Blade. It's not a terrible item in this game in particular, just because when you bring that Drow Ranger down, it's more than just killing one hero, because you take away her aura as well, which takes away a lot of the damage from the right-click damage.
And she can also save. Okay, well, we do see initiation by the Lina on this. Yeah, that's a dead Vengeful. All right, so the E-Blade will also counter the Legion Commander ult. Because if the Legion Commander throws the duel on someone, you can use your E-Blade on either Legion Commander or on the dual target. So that's a nice little benefit of that E-Blade against the. I'm guessing this. Lina has a regen rune, that's why she's spamming out all her spells.
Yes, that is exactly what she was. Yeah. She was just keeping her fiery soul up. So we do see the Mask of Madness coming out on the Drow Ranger. She's got to be careful because, I mean, it is worth mentioning, when you use that active, it gives you the 100 attack speed, it gives you the bonus move speed, that's great. But you take an additional 30% damage. So even if she gets a BKB, that additional 30% damage from Laguna Blade, assuming Lina goes for that Ags, will still come out. And actually, they are going to see a go on the Lina here. And yeah, it does likely it's going to be a dual win. It is.
Yeah, and that's her second dual win in 17 minutes. So not bad, not great, but she is winning these duels, and that's an important thing.
Yep, she's not
now, I would agree with you, Charlie, on the Mask of Madness is a dangerous pickup. But the thing is, I think Lina can kill her, even without it.
Well, we did see it took the full 3 spells. However, if she pops that Mask of Madness and Lina gets to, I mean, she did just hit level 11, so she's sitting at that 675. So that's going to be approximately before mitigation, like 800 damage coming out. And this Drow Ranger sitting at 1,000 health.
What's the Vengeful got health-wise?
Vengeful 850.
Okay, because she was able to kill her without any hits with a full combo.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, 1 or 2 hits, that's a dead Drow Ranger in the same respect.
Yeah, I mean it's not a terrible item. She did grab that Ogre Club, so I think for the Lina that does mean she's got to look to build that Aghanim
This
Scepter.
is a dead Lina, and they're probably gonna get the duel off on her. This is unfortunate.
Yeah, way too far in here.
Oh, if she can just kill herself before she gets dueled. Yeah, they're trying to save it. Oh, she should have just ran to the tower and sacrificed herself.
Yep. So it was a valiant attempt. They are going to end up getting the duel off. That is 34 additional damage on Legion Commander, and I'm not really sure why she was that deep. Obviously, it ended up costing them. I think when you're in the position that they're in, which is, I mean, they're down by more than 5K experience, more than 7,500 gold. You've got to play a little more defensively. You still got to find those pickoffs, but it does look like all in all, their entire team getting caught out a little bit too much here. An attempt at denying the Nature's Prophet to the Ancients, and then an attempt to TP out. Neither one works.
I think this will be a quick pickup onto this Roshan here. And that's really good by the Radiant team. They get the pick up, they get on that Nature's Prophet, and they go straight into the Roshan pit so they can get just objectives. I mean, objective gaming, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, and the Dire side does look like they know this is happening right now. The Lina is alive, so
What can they do about it?
yeah, I don't think they can do anything. They they thought about it. It is going to go on the Razor, and I mean, a great Aegis carrier, more for anything, just because it's so tanky. It's going to be so hard to bring her down. I mean, the Drow Ranger would have been a nice Aegis carrier, but 2 lives on that Razor, it's just
You're not killing him twice. I mean, look at net worth. I don't know if you have net worth charts up right now.
I do.
But that Razor is topping it by what is that, 66% over that Morphling. I mean, it's becoming a little bit out of the Dire's control right now. I mean, the 3 top net worths are all on the Radiant team, and it's not by a little.
I mean, I guess one of the saving graces here is they do have Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet can look to put some push pressure around the map. So I think at this point that's what you got to do. You've got to try and keep at least one lane pushed out. You've got to keep them kind of on their toes. We do see this. Oh, this is going to end up costing the Axe here. He gets a little bit deep here, and we do see the concussive shot coming out. Well, the Axe not quite dead yet. He's gonna end up. Yep, he gets away. However, on the back end of this, we do see the Legion Commander going down to the Morphling. The Morphling actually on a killing spree, so he has not been dying.
Can you check these two?
Yeah, I can.
All right. I was just wondering if maybe we saw a failed duel because the Legion hasn't given up any damage. She's only won 3 duels so far, but we might. Oh, that Ghost Scepter coming into early use right there, saving himself from that Drow. Because with that silence, that probably was going to be a dead morph.
Yep. And it does look like he's going to go straight for that E-Blade. He's sitting on 2,600 gold. A good bit of that unreliable, so he's got to be careful. He really does not want to die here, but he's, very shortly off here from his butterfly. Well, not butterfly, eagle song.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's actually the correct pickup because, this Legion can slowly get out of control. And the Drow, is mostly physical damage. That really shuts down 2 of the heroes on the Dire team pretty thoroughly. And also, it has such synergy with the Lina. That's an extra, what, is that 25% or 40%? Yeah, 40% magic damage on a particular target.
Yeah. It is worth mentioning if that Lina does pick up that Aghanim Scepter, which she's got the point booster, that's what she's going for, it won't have quite the same synergy with the Ghost Scepter.
True. And there is the E-Blade. 23-minute E-Blade, not the worst, not the best, but considering how the Dire team are doing, it's all right.
Yep. And, I mean, at this point, the name of the game for the Dire side is finding pickoffs, and that's the item for finding pickoffs, especially at this point while Lina still has the Laguna as magic damage. If they can find somebody with the 2 of them, it's almost a for sure thing.
Yeah, I think we're past the point where Lina can get solo pickoffs until she gets that Ags, but coupled with the Morphling, it looks like, she's just going to pick off the middle tower, tier 1 really quick. Dire's going to finish off this tier 2 pretty easily. And I don't know if the Radiant are going to stop this Dire push right here because they can easily finish off this tower and then just port back.
Yep.
So this might be what they really need to do.
Yeah, so the ports are coming out. There's no creep wave here at this moment, so they weren't able to actually find anything on it. And, I mean, that was very nicely done by the Dire side, and actually the Nature's Prophet stays there for a little bit longer to make sure that he's got his creeps there. They're gonna push into the tier 3, so they'll be trading a little bit of damage on tier 3s here. Legion Commander looking for the initiation, not able to find it, and right now it's kind of a little bit of standoff. However, it is the Radiant side that's taking damage here, and the static link goes out onto an illusion, so not really getting too much there. And I mean, at this point they are pushing out a little bit of damage.
He still gets damage from illusions.
Yeah, it just wasn't lost by the Axe, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Axe doesn't right-click it.
77 damage anyway, so. Yeah, I mean, It does look like they're going to bring down the tier 3 here. However, at the bottom, they are dishing out a little bit of damage. The Aegis should still be up here. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be close to going down here. However, they bring down the Axe. The Legion Commander does go down, and actually, she's going to lose a duel there. So right now, it is a 2-for-1 trade. However, it's a 2-for-2 now. It's going to be very difficult for them to find the kill on this Razor, and I just don't think they can even try. The Razor just dishing out so much damage. However, the Illusion's also dishing out a good bit of damage. So they've got to be a little bit careful at this point. It is a 3-for-2 trade. They also get the tier 3 tower, but a couple of kills found. And at the end of the day, the experience, pretty negligible. And, I mean, gold really not all that big in favor either. You do have to remember the tier 3 tower went down. However, if we take a quick look at bottom tier 3, I'm not sure how much damage went out on it. Okay, none.
None.
So they had creeps there. They just didn't actually push any damage out. So
right, and sure that was a 3-for-2, but that was a 3-for-2 plus Aegis. And when the Radiant team has the Aegis, I'm actually surprised that the Dire did as well as they did. And not only that, but that's some extra damage on the Lina. The Legion Commander did lose a duel to that Lina, and while this of course doesn't put the Dire in a good position, that could have gone really badly.
Yeah, and the BKB is still up on the Legion Commander, so she wasn't able to get it off there early enough.
That's probably what did it. I think it was the Morphling E-Blade, and then I don't know what nuke damage that they did to kill her off, but that's what happened. And we do see the Manta Style pick up on the Drow Ranger. She finishes that up.
So that'll help her with a little bit of survivability. She is not... Well, she's already got that BKB, so she's got the BKB. She's got the Manta Style. She's got to look to build into a damage item now. I would assume a Butterfly, although there isn't really too much right-click coming out from the Dire side.
Dude, Charlie, look at Razor's gold.
Okay, he's sitting on 6k gold. He probably wants to pick up something.
If he had spent that gold, I think that fight would have gone a little differently. I don't know what he wants to pick up though. Does he want to pick up the Refresher Orb? Does he want to go more like a tanky survivability build? Maybe like the Sangayasha, or maybe the Deso. I mean, he can go. There's a lot of different things you can pick up as a Razor. I mean, you're a Razor. You can tank and survivability is one way, but he's already tanky, so he could go damage. Or you just could go utility of having 2 ults wrecking everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Refresher certainly wouldn't be a bad pickup here.
Oh, what do we see?
Oh.
Click on that career.
Oh, it is going to
be... And it looks like it's going to be the heart.
Yeah, it's going to be the heart. So he's going to go for that tank ability here. I certainly couldn't fault him whichever way he decided to go at this point.
Yeah.
So it'll be the heart, and he'll just get as much survivability as he can. I mean, otherwise, items... Mister is about, well, how far away? Less than 100 gold away from finishing off that Aghanim Scepter.
That's going to be a huge pickup.
Morphling goes for the casual Yasha. May look to turn that into Manta Style, or may look to just hold on to that and go into something else.
I'm pretty sure that Nature's Prophet is going for a Scythe of Ice.
Yes, I agree. Sitting on that ultimate orb for now. He also picked up that blade mail for the moment. Axe also sitting on a blade mail. Axe, one hero that really hasn't been able to get the level of farm that we kind of come to expect out of the Axe, but he's doing all right. And there we go. We see the Aghanim Scepter coming out, and it is another smoke gang coming out from the Dire side.
That's the entire team too, and they got a couple of illusions.
Yep. And so they're going to look to find a pickoff here, and if they do find a pickoff, look for them to really go straight for high ground. So, yeah, that's a dead Nature's Prophet. There's no way he gets out of this one.
Yep.
And he does get off that blade mail, dishes out a little bit of damage back, mainly to the Skywrath Mage. And, yeah, it's a TP out from the Morphling. So they're going to look to head back and defend. Let's see, buyback. There is no buyback on the Nature's Prophet. He's sitting 50 gold away from it, so he could actually have the buyback by the time they get there.
It is possible, yeah.
But he did have some treants bottom, so there's a little bit of a split push going that way. But this is kind of the big base defend at this point. That Razor does have his heart now, so he is sitting on 3k health. Going to be very difficult to bring down once. But hey, they brought him down twice last time, so it'll be interesting.
No, they only brought him down once last time.
Oh, sorry. They brought him down once, and they were working on him the second time. So
yeah, they got him really low.
Yep. And the Nation's Prophet is going to be back here. He's not going to have to buy back, so we'll have to see if they want how they want to defend here. They've already lost one. Axe comes in. He does pop off the blade mail. They finish off one. The Legion Commander down, but it is a 1-for-1 trade. The Legion going to go down as well. However, they are getting very low. This Drow Ranger still alive. The Drow Ranger ends up going down. It's a 4-for-3 right now. However, this Razor is now just going ham. He's going to end up bringing down. It's a 5-for-4 trade. The Morphling comes back, but they do end up finishing off the barracks. And the GG, well played, coming out.
All right. Yep, Papillon calls it, and we see a quick end to our... Oh. What's up?
The DC, so it was an automatic pause. Yeah, I don't think I can. Can we force this game to end?
I don't know if we have a command to do that.
I mean, I'm honestly that wasn't the worst. The absolute worst trade there, yeah. And that's gonna
Nope, but there it is. I mean, considering the net worth gain on that Radiant team, I'm not too terribly surprised they just called it there.
Yep. So it was a very nice attempt coming out from the Radiant side. They did what they could. Morphling sitting at 6-1, really did the best he could there. Got that ethereal blade, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough.
All right. To our Twitch viewers, y'all need to log in on your Twitch IDs if you're just viewing right now, and we will do a raffle in just a minute. And of course, I will not be included in this raffle because I am one of the casters.
All right. So, Steve, if you want to pop your video up for the start of the raffle.
I don't know how. Oh, as in. Okay. Yes. Well, let me button my shirt.
and if you could not focus the camera on your crotch, that'd be great.
I know what the viewers want.
You got to go further up. We set it up higher. All right. All right.
Right now we have 3 spectators.
All right. So there's a 33% chance of winning. That's pretty good.
I think it's just 3. Refresh.
All right. I need to check the commands because I don't remember exactly which command it was to...
Is it not just like dash raffle or something?
No, because it's like...
We have 4 people in here.
All right. Okay, I got it.
I guess if it hits me, just re-roll.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the raffle here. Get it, Moobot. Oh, we drew user Cy Talos. He's not following, but that's okay. We'll give it to him anyways.
Cy, you should follow us.
Cy Talos, if you can add me. Steve, if you can forward him the account, then I will go ahead and pop open Dota here.
ES casting or you? Or
yeah, ES casting.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and we will get that set right to him. Because we don't have to wait, because we're not giving out money. We're just giving out hats. All right. And a big thanks to everybody who did play in this one. It was a fun game to cast. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go to a Game 3, but at the end of the day, you know, some good Dota. So that is everything for tonight. Thanks, guys, for watching again. I apologize about the technical issues to begin with. I have no idea what was going on, but I never do. It was a fun game to cast. I apologize we didn't make it to a Game 3. But thanks for joining us. I'm not sure if we're going to do a show match next week. We may just try and catch some NEL or EEL or some other leagues. But feel free to follow us here on Twitch, or you can find all of our other social networking down there on the Twitch, below Twitch. So we've got us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. The VODs of this game will be up on YouTube probably tomorrow. It takes forever to process them and get them uploaded, but I'll get them uploaded as soon as I can. And thank you again to everybody watching and for the teams. So everybody, have a great night, and yeah. Steve, you want to say anything before we go?
No, not particularly. You already said everything.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
See y'all around.